Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of February 3rd, 2026. We're all old as shit.
I mean,
I'm not.
No,
Time
you're not.
is time is
I'm
past
only
us all
kind
by.
of washed. I was 12 in 2007.
Oh, I'm washed. That doesn't come with being
true.
old. That's just a state of mind.
As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, we have so many people. Commish, Pitt Girl, Canadian Correspondent Joey, special guest Ken Childs, and producer Arthur on the ones and twos. Ken, how are you doing?
Doing all right. Doing okay. It's a few days before the Olympics. Gearing up, ready to go. Sleeping in a little bit, which is nice. Yeah, ready to go.
Sounds good. Joey?
Olympics. A time for my morally superior country to rule over everyone else's.
Okay, Pitt Girl, you?
It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It's still really cold here, by the way. Let me out. It hit 30, or like it was over freezing briefly today, and it felt like a tropical heat wave.
I went out in the old hoodie and shorts today. I was very excited about that.
Good for you.
It got to 5 under here, and I did see someone walk into work with a Hawaiian shirt.
Hell yeah. Dudes rock.
There's never a bad time for a Hawaiian shirt.
No, always. Commish, how are you?
I'm good. I think I've got to the part of watching the Cars movies with my 3-year-old.
Oh God, we're still doing this.
To the point where I'm at the bargaining part, I think, of this. I think I'm like, if Lightning McQueen would have just took 2 tires on one of those gas and goes in the first race, we wouldn't have this movie.
No.
If Lightning McQueen didn't violate Department of Transportation guidelines, making Mac drive overnight and letting that man sleep, we wouldn't have been here. If Lightning McQueen could understand the sound of a car backfiring instead of thinking a sheriff is shooting at him when he's lost, I mean, he's a race car. You got to think you got to know what a backfiring car sounds like, right? I mean, this is ridiculous.
It is a really coincident-based plot. I've never thought about it that way.
Well, after you watch it, probably for like the 40th time in the past 2 weeks, you start to break some things down, along with your mind starts to break down at the same time.
Commish, you're well on your way to becoming an F1 driver because Racing
Lewis
Bulls
Hamilton's
driver
in Cars too.
That and Racing Bulls driver Liam Lawson has said he watched Cars over 100 times, and that's what made him fall in love with motorsports.
Okay, I don't know, man. I'm at the bargaining stage. Maybe I'll get to acceptance after like 40 more times in the Cars movies.
Also tonight, we have Big Sky Brigit. Brigit, how are you?
I'm good. I am late because it's booking season for wedding photography. And so called because I have evening hours because that's when people are able to chat. And we just got caught up talking because I work with very nice people.
There you go. Folks, this is our Winter Olympics special. And we brought Ken Childs on here to explain the Winter Olympics to us like we're idiots, because we are. I do want to say to start with that I've gotten numbers that I have never seen on social media by posting the Olympic rings in slightly different shapes. I don't know why I'm doing such numbers on this, but holy shit, I am.
It's a good bit.
You're the only ones that stood up to the IOC.
I was trying to like get post in edgewise today, and it was just like different variations of the rings. I'm like, I'm just gonna let him go. I'm done.
Yeah.
Let him go. Let him cook.
He's cooking.
He was cooking.
Look, the biggest numbers I've ever gotten on Blue Sky were me posting the Alessandra Fumagalli, the skeleton athlete for Italy, eating a bowl of pasta on her headshot, and that broke containment. I got like God knows how many likes, but I had to mute it after a while. But then I started seeing my posts on like Facebook and other places. I'm like, oh yeah, man, that really broke containment real good.
My favorite part of that one was there was also the men's skeleton driver from Italy who had the cappuccino.
Yeah, Mattia Gaspari. Yeah,
and it was very funny because in the abstract, like in the full of it, yes, that is not as crazy as the bowl of spaghetti, but that is also insane to be drinking cappuccino during your headshot.
Oh yeah, they straight up brought like a whole like all their stuff with them, including the bowl of pasta, which I found out was just some garlic sauce and some butter on the spaghetti, plain
nice.
spaghetti. Yeah, look, when you do this enough, you just kind of learn. You got to do all the proper research, and that's the first question I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, what kind of spaghetti was that exactly? She's like, oh, it's my favorite one, garlic butter spaghetti. That's it. I'm like, cool. Awesome.
She trains like my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
This Winter Olympics, I have also been posting about my 2 favorite mascots, Tina and Milo. Tina and Milo are both stoats. Do we all know what a stoat is?
Mm-hmm.
I did, because they're mean as hell, from what I understand.
But they're so cute.
They are.
They are cute weasels.
Actual stoats are also adorable. Like, what if you had a tiny little pocket weasel? Like, they're just so cute.
My understanding is they are very cute and also are not one to be fucked with.
Fantastic. We love that energy.
Yeah.
Beth isn't here tonight, but I know she'd be super about that.
It's okay. I can be about that for her because I'm very much about that energy. It's the energy I bring to the function.
Yeah, to be clear, I am also extremely about that.
I saw a TikTok of like wild stoats, and they are extremely cute. And a bunch of the comments were like, "Oh, why don't we have these guys as pets?" And a bunch of people who knew were in the comments being like, "You absolutely cannot keep these guys as pets. They will destroy you."
Not with that attitude.
I bet I could teach a stoat to love me.
Tina is the Olympic mascot, and then Milo is the Paralympic mascot. Milo was born without a foot and uses his tail to walk. Also, he's able to shoot just like Tina. And my favorite photos, or my favorite official art, is their biathlon one, where it looks like they're trying to take out a president. Back into the left.
The stoats got that thing on them.
Mm-hmm.
Commish is so upset with us right now.
He's replaying the Whitest Kids You Know sketch in his head right now.
Mm-hmm.
Commish, you have a legal obligation based off whatever we say here. You are the legal owner of the LLC.
If he's listening to music during the podcast, is that plausible deniability?
Yeah, he can't hear us.
Yeah,
That's why I got to do it. I had music on.
Do we have any other favorite Olympic mascots? The Frige of the Paris Olympics were great.
Surong from Pyeongchang.
Those were very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about those guys.
Oh, Surong was badass. Big
White
fan.
tire, yeah.
Justice for Izzy.
I mean, the only like Olympic mascot I can remember off the top of my head is Springy from the Simpsons episode.
Which is based on Izzy.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only one I can really remember off the top. I don't remember the mascots. I don't.
I remember Sumi, Kwachi, Miga, and Muk from the 2010 Olympics.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
There were Go ahead.
So
I was going to say I forget what they are.
The reason that I say justice for Izzy, by the way, is that I was a very, very small child for the 96 Olympics, but I obviously have no memory of it because I was 1, but my grandmother lived in Atlanta and sent me a plush Izzy.
Ooh.
So
that's like when I lived in Japan during the 2008 Olympics, and like Coke had little charms that came on Coke cans of the Olympic mascots.
Mm-hmm.
So I just brought a bunch back for my nieces and nephews.
That's great.
Not an Olympic mascot, but me and Ducky were big fans of the last time the Hockey World Championships were in Czech Republic. The mascots were Bob and Bobek.
Yes, I remember this.
I remember.
And the video, me and Ducky will just like send it to each other every now and then. They did a video for everyday Czechs, if they weren't hockey fans, to explain what penalties were. And they did an animation of Bob and Bobek doing the penalties on each other. So there's this video of this tiny little white rabbit absolutely crushing another tiny little white rabbit into the boards from behind, and it just pops up boarding.
That makes I just looked them up, and that makes me so happy.
Can we get that on Giphy so then we can like shit post?
Yeah, we can
yeah, it's very good. Again, me and Ducky just send it to each other every now and then.
Okay, Ken, you post a lot about the sledding sports, so I'm going to ask you about that first.
All right.
Well, I mean, let him give us his background in this.
Let's do that
right?
first.
we gotta
sure.
check his slidey sports
I mean,
credentials.
we
We are
gotta-
a serious journalism outfit, obviously.
Yeah,
All right.
what brings you here?
You guys invited me. Is what?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's it.
That's how
That's all
I
you gotta
ended up
do.
here, brother.
I
Yeah.
slide
That's how
sports
we
in his
all ended
DMs.
up here. I'm still not sure how I ended up here.
Very long story short, I was kind of sick during the 1988 Olympics because I'm old as hell. And I was about 9, watched bobsled on TV because I was in bed for the whole Olympics. So I was into race cars and stuff. I'm like, man, those are kind of like race cars. Those are pretty awesome. Kind of got into it and be on like Wide World of Sports and stuff. And so fast forward 2010 Olympics happened. Speed Channel used to have the IBSF races for a while. And then I went online to find some information because I wanted to go to Lake Placid for the World Cup race. And there wasn't a lot of information. And in a moment of either brilliance or stupidity, depending on what day you ask me, I was like, I'll do it myself. And I started a little website. I had a couple NASCAR contacts that got me in touch with the Bodines, who were doing the bobsleds at the time for USA. And they got me in touch with the USA BSPR folks and whatever, and started my little website. World Championships happened to be in Lake Placid that year for bobsled and skeleton. So I ended up at World Championships. And yeah, a year of doing my little website, posting on Facebook, posting on Twitter, posting wherever. People kind of knew who I was, and it was weird because I remember being at Zigzags, this little bobsled bar in the middle of downtown Lake Placid. It's my happiest place on earth. And I remember someone going, Ken Childs, and I'm like, what the hell? Nobody should know I'm here. And it was one of the athletes, and they're like, hey, let me buy you a shot. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I guess we're doing this. I've been credentialed for 2 Olympics, multiple world championships, countless World Cup events and stuff like that. And I have watched probably more heats of more sliding sports than anybody else in this country, aside from people involved in the sport. And even then, your bobsledders don't watch a lot of luge and vice versa. So I probably have most of them beat out as well. Been running the website for 15 years now, and it's a lot. The hours are terrible. The money's awful. And I wouldn't change a thing.
It's interesting because for most of us, I think bobsled, luge, skeleton, it is a once every 4 years, I dip my toe in, zoom by, and you're covering stuff on your Blue Sky account that is so far off the back end of anything that I've, all the heats, all the trials, everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's great to have that.
Yeah, I mean, every heat I've got covered, every race I've got covered. It's tough because again, you have X number of winter weekends. So bobsled, skeleton, and luge run at different tracks at the same time. So I'm trying to do both at the same time. The headquarters here has 3 screens up at any given time because you'll have either bobsled or skeleton, you'll have luge, and then you'll have alpine luge, which we don't have in the Olympics, but is super badass. It used to be called natural track, and they changed it this year. They're making some changes to it. And basically what alpine luge is, it's like the luge, except there's no banked corners. Everything is flat. The tracks are just naturally iced. There's like walls on either side, and runs last about a minute, but they steer like with their feet and their hands and a rope, and it's like proper tobogganing.
Oh, so it's it's like super hardcore sledding. I've got
a couple of videos up on my Blue Sky, and it's people are just, every time someone sees it, they're like, why isn't this in the Olympics? And the frustrating thing is like its spiritual home is up in like the Sud Tyrol region of Italy, the Tyrol region of Austria, right around where Cortina is. Everybody kind of thought this was going to be the Olympics. We finally get it in the Olympics, and it didn't happen. And after that announcement, you saw a lot of retirements from people that had been kind of sticking it out a little bit. You had a couple people that were like, had just done everything else in the sport and were really just kind of hanging out, hoping they'd get an Olympic chance. A lot of your Italian and Austrian luge athletes start in alpine luge, and they kind of learn that way first, and then they make the move over to what they call artificial track, which is everything except St. Moritz, which is built out by hand every year.
I love the idea of just a natural ice track. It's sort of like soapbox derby.
Kind of.
You're just like, but ice, like, so about derby, but on ice. That's awesome.
And you watch these people, and the alpine luge folks have the most control. Like, again, because they've got like little steel plates on the heels of their shoes. They got like spikes in their gloves, but you'll see them just lean back, put a glove down, put a foot down, make a hard left hand turn around a corner.
Jesus.
Because again, there's no banking, and they're going 50 miles an hour. Just full tilt. They'll get on their feet, to slow down for sharper curves, but they're still flying. I mean, it is the ones that are doing it very, very well. It's awesome to watch. It is just so cool to see somebody with that kind of control on a sled doing something that like literally no one else could do.
Okay, so sell us on the sliding sports as something that we should be following, because I know you say that it's like race car, like you likened it to race car driving. Yeah,
if you like things that go fast, downhill skiing, obviously they go super fast, right? Bobsled, skeleton, luge, they're all going super fast. There's that extra level of danger. A lot of people ask me, at least once a week, I get, what's the most dangerous one to crash in? Because everyone's either worried or excited about people crashing. And yeah, people are weird. But it's, there's a team aspect for a lot of it, but there's individual aspects for a lot of it. The fact that like you could have two runs that look so similar and two of the top people on earth, and one little mistake can absolutely kill a run. It's something that you don't necessarily always get. Like in speed skating, you can't really tell, right? Like you can't, especially like long track, you can't tell if somebody's made a mistake in a curve unless they fall, right? Downhill skiing, you kind of can, to a point, things like that. Bobsled, skeleton, and luge, once you've seen it and you kind of know what you're looking for and what you're listening for, you can tell pretty quickly where there are mistakes, where things are happening. Obviously, when they come out of a curve wrong, they'll either flop out or they'll hit a wall or whatever. So one of the things I always tell people is once you've watched a couple races, you can really get a feel for what's happening, more so than some of these other sports, I think.
So you said listening. Did you mean like the sound of the hitting the wall, things like that?
No. So especially in luge. So luge runners are sharp. Bobsled and skeleton, they're rounded.
Okay.
Yeah, so luge has a little more control. That's why when you see them, and part of that's why when they crash, they tend to crash a little harder because you can catch a runner. But all of them, but especially luge because of the sharper runners, when they come out of a curve wrong, you can actually hear, if you've got the volume turned up, you can hear them cutting ice.
Yeah, so it's like skating. It's like a little.
Yeah. You'll hear like a little a skid or whatever. Sometimes you'll see ice come up from behind. A lot of the video guys that do all this are very good at the replays and stuff. So a lot of times when you're watching a World Cup event, you'll get the replay afterward, and like in bobsled, you'll see the rear end sliding out to the side and this like the ice and stuff coming up a little bit. Luge, especially though, you can hear that when you're watching.
Interesting.
And obviously, if you're there in person, you can hear it as they're coming by as well. But yeah, so there is an audible aspect of it as well. But visually, you can tell if there's issues based on a lot of things. In luge, if they're putting a foot down, something real bad has happened because they're really trying to control the sled. Skeleton, if they're tapping their feet a little bit, you can tell, but also you can kind of see if they're going straight, but you see them kind of leaning their head, leaning their shoulders a little bit. There's a lot more work happening on that sled than it visually looks.
Okay.
The thing about it, the reason why people are always just like, oh, you put a sack of potatoes down and it'll get down the track safe or whatever, is because when you're doing it right, it doesn't look like you're doing anything. Martin Stuckers for years was the best. Poor guy never won a gold medal in the Olympics. It's the only thing he didn't win. But he won everything else countless times over. And you'd see him on a sled, and it never looked like he was doing a thing. Feet together, arms tucked in, and it just he looked like a sack of potatoes on a sled. And he was doing things, leaning, steering, whatever. You got to steer the sled. But when you're doing it right, it looks so effortless. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Like in the Olympics, I love the sliding sports. I love the luge. Skeleton's kind of tough for me to watch sometimes. I'm not gonna say like it's the dad in me or anything like that, but it's just like man, it's just like going head first.
It's the same.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's the same for one.
You've got the lowest center of gravity.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a proper skeleton crash.
Yeah.
In
well, let's knock on wood now.
I'm like legitimately trying to think of the last time I saw somebody fall off a sled and stay off a sled, and it has been at least 5 years.
It's just like in my head, it's the weird thing.
Yeah.
It's like air flight is the safest way to travel, and it's just like you're like, okay, like it, it's like the skeleton.
Right,
is
like
the
I understand
safest event.
statistics.
Like,
however, I
get
also
it.
understand
get
like
However,
at a certain level,
Yeah.
statistics. Like,
statistics,
yeah.
So it's just like there's that like the thing to it. It like your eyes tend to deceive you.
Now I will
just
say
based off of
skeletons
what
are
it
when you
looks
get
like.
the most bruised in. You get a lot of people because you hang off of the sled in every direction pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you come off a curve and you hit the wall, you're hitting it with your shoulder, with your arm, with whatever. So there's some tracks. Sigulda in Latvia is notorious for having a few curves where you come off and you're just gonna pop your arm. Final curve in Whistler is one of them. A couple spots in Lake Placid.
Ooh, Skeleton Darlington.
Pretty much.
Yeah, rubbing ain't racing.
And they come off the curve and they'll tap the wall and you'll see pictures during training of people who just lose like super bruised arms and whatever. And yeah, so it's the most bruisey of them for sure. But as far as like catastrophic wrecks and stuff, you're not going to really have that in skeleton.
Well, who do we have like I guess favorites for in the skeleton this year?
Oh man, it's actually the men's skeleton. Matt Weston has been the man for the last 2-3 years now. He just won a World Cup race in St. Moritz, but he won the World Championships in St. Moritz by like the third largest margin of victory ever. And then he went back this last year for in World Cup and won by I forget the amount. It was over a second. I mean,
is that what is he American or is he another?
He's British.
Okay.
He's British. He's by far the favorite. I would say his teammate Marcus Wyatt is also very good. Great Britain won every gold medal in men's skeleton this year. Marcus Wyatt won 2, Matt Weston won 5. And wow. Great Britain's always been the last since like 2010, since Amy won. They've just been always very good in skeleton. But the Matt Weston has been next level right now. So he's by far the favorite going into this. China's got a guy, Ying Zhang, who has been right there. He's super consistent, top 6 in almost every single race. 2 years ago, he had a really big year, won 3 gold medals. He's really good, but he's not as polished. But he's been, the last year or so, the last 3 years, let's say, he has been on a run. Wyatt's got a good chance. He's less consistent than Matt Weston. But when he's on and damn near unbeatable. Then you've always got the Germans. Christopher Grothier is one. He's your reigning gold medalist. Axel Jung's your reigning silver medalist. Axel Jung's got the best mustache in the game.
Okay. Okay, Axel Jung, we got to look that up.
Yeah. Great dude. Won silver medal. He's oft injured. Came back from a knee injury 4 years ago and won silver at the Olympics.
Wow.
Yeah, and just super good dude. They're all generally pretty good people. But Grothier is funny. He's won a few world championships. He's always a medal contender. 5 or 6 years ago, he was almost left off teams. Like he was like not considered that good. And you'll see that sometimes. You'll see people that were like on the margins of not making a team, and then all of a sudden something clicks. And Grothier just started clicking off gold medals in the World Cup, gold medals in the World Championships. He's been injured most of the season, so his results aren't necessarily what you'd expect, but the last few races, top five. And so he's got a shot at it. The 2 Italians, Amadeo Bagnis and Mattia Gaspari, are both obviously going to be contenders on their home track. It's one of those deals where, because it's a brand new track, the Italians have more runs on it than anybody else, even though it was just finished right before we showed up in November for test events. They've had more time to slide there. So they're just going to know the track better. A lot of times when you have a new track at the Olympics, you'll see when it comes time for training runs, the home team doesn't take any training runs. They take whatever mandatory number of runs they have to take, and then they peace out because they do not want anybody to see They're lying through the corners. They don't want to see how
Gotcha.
anybody does anything. We're not going to have that for a while after this. 2030 is going to be in France at La Planche, which we don't run a lot of World Cup events there because they just don't like hosting them up there. But people know that track, and people can go to that track right now and test and practice. And then 2034 will be Park City, which we have World Cup races here every couple of years, and everyone knows that track as well.
Is this track been completed? Like, because I know there were some issues with the Italian
ice, yes. Now,
okay.
When you were there, when people went for the test events, the crowd was very light because it was technically entirely a construction area except for the track itself. Nothing was ready, nothing was built except for the track. The track was great. Everyone loves the track.
Okay.
Yeah, the ice was great, and it's tough when you're with your test events because they're always in like November. The weather's a little iffy. Come Olympics time, they've been working on this ice, making it perfect because a lot like in hockey, you can have very different ice and at least very different conditions for everybody. And so February ice is just going to be different than November ice. But they're, the Italians are going to be good because they just know more. Amadeo Bagnis has won a world championship silver medal in St. Moritz. He's a bigger starter of the two, but Matthias Gaspari could literally walk to the track from his house. Like he grew up in Cortina. He had a catastrophic Achilles injury in 2018 to miss the Olympics. Came back, can't start like he used to, but is a great slider and is just like one of the best dudes on tour. I am legitimately going to be bummed when he retires.
I was thinking that the Italians were, trying to get a home field advantage on this track by delaying the construction as long as possible. I mean, that's a bit conspiracy brain here, but
yeah. I mean, by rights, they have to host a test event beforehand, so they got out there, they did the event and all that. Women's skeleton will be a little different. It's kind of an open field for that one. Kim Meilemans from Belgium has been sliding better than anybody the last couple of years. We call her the Little Belgian. Her old Twitter handle is Little Belgium Kim. So she's her best year ever this year, but she's had a good last few years. She is married to Nicole Silveira, who she'll be racing against. They are part of a team. She's from Brazil. Yeah, Nicole's had a great last 3 seasons as well. And so Kim and Nicole are teammates. They're married. They're lovely. They live in Calgary now. But yeah, they're both really good. Jacqueline Pfeiffer.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, husband. Like married partner, like basically racing against each other.
Against each other for the last.
Normally you get like the figure skating thing where like you can't tell if they're really a couple or not. Yeah. Or maybe they're actually married. Or there's like unrequited love or something like that. But it's nice to see that this is I can't imagine if like one gets gold, the other gets silver, what that household would be.
That's an icy household. 100%.
No, this is when you like capitalize on your opportunity to talk mad shit. You just win every argument.
I'm sorry. Pull out the gold.
I can't hear you over the sound of my gold medal.
Now, the last time I talked to them, when I asked them, Kim is always like, I want us both to do well, blah, blah, blah. And Nicole's legit mad when she doesn't beat Kim.
That makes.
Oh, look at you. So good at sliding, but you're no good at taking out the trash.
I don't know how serious they were about that, but that's what they told me. And I had a good chuckle at that.
No, I believe it.
Yeah. This is another one. The British women are going to be very good. A little bit of a toss-up, though. None of them have really dominated. Any 3 of them could win a gold medal. You got Freya Tarbet, Amelia Coltman, and Tabby Stoker. Tabby's the best starter of the 3. She used to do trapeze before she started doing skeleton. Former trapeze artist. You get that a lot in skeleton. Not a lot of trapeze artists. You got one.
I'm just imagining, like, I can't do Cirque du Soleil anymore. Let me go do skeleton.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned crossover athletes. We were talking before the show about their bobsled has a bunch of CFLers.
Oh yeah. You got 4. Well, 3 in a. Okay, so you got Jay Dearborn. Did 3 seasons, 2 for Saskatchewan and 1 for Hamilton. Shaq Murray Lawrence did 3 seasons, 2 for BC, 1 for Montreal, and then did practice squad time for Montreal again later. Did Saskatchewan for a little bit on the team. Lucas Stoikos was drafted in 2025 by BC, but got cut. But he was a big deal for the for University of Toronto. Keaton Brugling is receiver for Hamilton. Was targeted 7 times this year, 7 receptions. So he's out there as well. There's always been like a CFL component to the Canadian team.
So I know, like at one point, the U.S. bobsled team was a bit of a mess, and then I feel like they tried former NFL players in the bobsled too. Is that my memory serving me correct here?
No, yeah, it's to a point. You do get a lot of football guys in general. So whereas in skeleton, you'll get Laura Deese came from an equestrian background, and then she won a
jockey. That makes sense.
And then she won a bronze medal in skeleton. You get a much more wide variety in skeleton. Bobsled, it tends to be more people that have done some kind of track and field, some other kind of either football, rugby, lacrosse, sports like that, depending on where they come from or whatever. Your Europeans tend to be more track and field based. Here, you tend to get a nice little crossover of track and field, and then like other kind of more strength sports. Josh Williamson's a standout lacrosse player, and he's been a great brakeman when he has been injured. So you tend to have that crossover because you get people that are done in all these sports except for luge, where luge you just start much younger. Bobsled and skeleton, you get people that are done with a career in a sport, and they want something to do, and they want something to. And I mean, really, it boils down to they want a sport. Yeah.
Hey,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being?
I do like skeleton is my retirement sport.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fling myself down this giant hill of ice head first as my retirement gig.
Absolutely.
My NFL dreams, they're not going to come true anymore. I guess I'll have to go to the Olympics or something.
Deborah Annan for Switzerland. Her dad was a big pilot for Switzerland. She played handball, and her coach, she kept getting hurt playing handball, and her coach was like, "You should go do something safer like bobsled." and now she's going to the Olympics in bobsled.
It's just it's like what are you doing when you retire? You're like, well, I kind of want to travel the world. Well, I could do skeleton.
I mean, that's part of it. Like, you get to go see some really cool places, as long as you don't mind being cold. I know Shaq Murray Lawrence is that scene in Cool Runnings when they walk out of the building and all bundled up with all the everything.
Yeah.
Shaq Murray Lawrence, if you see him at a track and it is below freezing, he looks just like that. He has every layer imaginable he can find. It's kind of funny like that. But yeah, there's definitely in bobsled and skeleton, there's definitely a crossover from different sports. You don't tend to get a lot of like weightlifters, like big weightlifters and stuff in skeleton.
The one that I'm aware of, I'm pretty sure this is the only athlete competing in these Olympics who I've seen compete in person in a different sport, obviously, because I've never seen a Winter Olympic sport in person. But Simona Del Silvestro, if you're a racing fan.
She was Indy 500 a couple times, right?
Yep.
Yeah. She's an accomplished race car driver of cars, and now she's driving a bobsled.
Yeah,
I had no idea about this. I'm so happy.
I mean, so yeah, you just haven't been. I've been posting about this nonsense. I got videos up. I got everything of like all of her runs and stuff. Like, yeah.
I am so sorry.
I have like a website that we could share with like inside our Discord or whatever.
Yeah, I'll get some videos over to you guys here in a little bit with that. It's just like but yeah, so Simona's been a few years ago. She was trained originally. Kaylee Humphreys helped her out in St. Moritz, and just kind of showed her how to drive a sled and stuff, and she kind of picked it up. The Italian, neither her or Giada are going to terribly. Giada Andrutti is the other Italian bobsledder that's in this. Giada's been doing this longer. But did not do monobob for a while. So we had this thing where Simona would do better in the single seater, and then Giada would do better in the 2-seater. And they both, if it had been close, I think they were going to put Simona in the sled no matter what happened if they only had one sled. But because they got both in, they're both going to get to race at the Olympics, which is pretty cool. But Simona's done well driving. She's really going to struggle at the start. And unfortunately, in especially 2-women bobsled, you're giving up over a half second at the start. There's not a lot you can do to make that up. no matter what kind of home track advantage you have or whatever. There's some tracks you can. Cortina's not going to be one of them.
Di Silvestro was in more Indy 500s than I remembered. I only remembered 2 of them, but she went to 6 of them.
Yep.
And finished as high as 14th.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's finished on the podium of an IndyCar race.
Yeah, she's legit.
Commish, you said see the world here. Ken probably knows the answer to this. I found this answer out. Our friends over at Phantom Island on their podcast. Do you guys know how many locations there are to practice sledding sports in the world?
I would assume high single digits.
Are we going by country or by number of tracks?
A number of tracks.
Hold on.
The fact that he's counting on his hands is not a good sign.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go. Italy now, France, 12, and I feel like I'm missing one. Eagles, 13?
17 actually.
Sorry, Sochi, the other place in Sochi that you probably die if it. Yeah.
I'm going by Wikipedia's list.
Yeah, Russia's got 2 tracks, and wait, does Wikipedia have the Japanese track? Oh, Yanqing. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yanqing. Yeah, nothing. No Japanese tracks there.
Not anymore. The Spiral's been closed for a couple of years, which is a bummer. Everyone kind of liked that one.
But it's crazy that this sport exists off 17 tracks, and one of those is brand new.
And one of them's only built from scratch every year and isn't open until the end of December. So St. Moritz is the largest ice sculpture in the world every year. It is built from scratch every single year, just like I'm going to say just like they did back 125 years ago. They didn't have the, like snowmakers and stuff back then.
Oh, yeah.
But they still have they go out and they basically pack the ice into walls, and there's like 3 or 4 structures along the track that they build curves into. But then otherwise it is all just hand formed every year from scratch. It opens about a week or 2 before Christmas. It closes at the end of February, beginning of March, kind of depending on the weather and all that. And it is legitimately, there'll be world championships there again in 2028. I was out there in 2023 for them, and it is just the coolest thing. It is by far. All your other tracks are very loud because they're big tubes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. St. Moritz is built out of it is the most quiet. If you ask the athletes, they can hear the track announcer while they're sliding because it's that quiet. There's nothing to rattle. It is quiet.
Oh, that makes sense. Quiet. You're not hearing the metal.
Right. You're just sliding down and you just hear the track announcer and you just hear quiet and wind and whatever. Your artificial
weird.
Yeah, your artificial tracks, you hear stuff, mostly just the track of the rattle. Certain tracks, Oberhof, Altenburg, whatever, for bigger events, there's an Oompa band that will show up. And there's a chance that you'll be, and I've asked athletes about this multiple times, and they're always like, yeah, you can hear the Oompa band. So you'll be going along, rattle, noise, bum, 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 rattle. And it's, yeah. It's awesome. Something. But yeah, and actually for World Championships in 2023, there was a band that showed up in Horseshoe, which is like the big famous curve there. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I saw them. I've got pictures of them walking down this little icy foot trail, and there's a guy with like a little drum, like it's like a drum kit you'd see with a marching band, but it had legs and stuff to put down, and he's carrying it on this icy trail. But like there was a whole brass section, there were drums. It was basically a marching band that just marched its way to this one spot and played a small concert during the event.
College football coded.
Well, yeah, the 2034 Winter Olympics are going to be in Utah.
Yep.
Is there a chance we could get the Utah band to just at the finish line of the sledding sports
that'd be great.
Play the fight song over and over again?
I think if we start agitating now, we can
make
this happen.
You got time. You got plenty of time right now.
Plant the seeds.
That Park City and La Planga before that are going to be very different in that there won't really be as much of a home ice advantage. There'll still be a home ice advantage. The French athletes, especially for La Planga doesn't tend to host World Cup events. They make a lot of money on taxi bob rides where people get in the sled behind a drive and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've seen Tom Scott do this.
Yeah, and they have no interest at all in hosting. To host a World Cup event, you've got to close the track for a couple weeks. You got to have extra staff there to keep the ice up, to keep the track going and all that. It costs money. It takes time. And they're very cool, just kind of doing their thing. And then they open up the track. They will host a couple Europe Cup events. Tends to be less people, less everything. But a lot of people don't have that same experience there. So Romain Heinrich is the French bobsledder, big mountain of a dude. Him and Dorian Hunterville, actually, they pilot what they call the dad sled. It's Romain had a kid, Dorian had a kid,
Dad sled.
and they're two-man bobsled. People call it the dad sled because there's two dads doing bobsled now. But he retired after World Championships in 2023. And then they announced that the Olympics would be at his home track. And he promptly unretired.
Yeah.
Did the thing in my head when he went to go get his crew back. It was like that scene at Walk Hard at the end when he's going to get the band back to play his final concert at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like he went to all the doors and knocked on the doors and like, hey, do you want to? I know that's not how it happened, but in my head, this is how it worked out.
Yeah.
But so he's back and he's a great pilot.
They put him back in for one last job.
I mean, really.
See, I was thinking Fast Five, the scene where they're getting everybody together in Fast Five.
Same thing, yeah.
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 We're putting together a team.
Yeah. So it's skeleton on the women's side, expect not a lot of there's no real big favorite going into this whole thing. The Italian women have not slid well in the last couple of years. Valentino Margalio should be an odds-on favorite. Big starter, great slider. The last year and a half, she has looked lost. But again, she's on her home track. She'll know the track. There's no excuse for her to not medal. USA's got a big shot at with Mystique Rowe. Mystique, World Championship silver medalist. She's very, she's big starter. And this year she hasn't been great, but when she's on, she's on. She's one of those folks where she's got a legit shot. Janine Flock from Austria is looking for an Olympic medal. It's the only thing she hasn't won. At least she just doesn't have a medal at that. She's medaled at every other thing you can medal at. Anna Fernstadt's she slides for Czechia now, used to slide for Germany. She's having a career season right now. She had a big before Yancheng, or Beijing, she found out that she had type 1 diabetes. Like right before the Olympics.
Oh.
Which is quite she was just like losing weight and like just like struggling all the ways that you struggle and your blood sugar is just whatever. And now that she's finally kind of got that all worked out and a couple other coaching things that she's had going on, she's always been sliding better than she has been in forever. And this is her kind of track where she doesn't start the best, but she's going to slide real well. And then you have the team event, which is fun as hell. I love the team event. It's so you have the men's athlete goes first. I mean, I have their own. The women's athlete goes first. Wait, is it men or women? I forget. Yeah, somebody goes first. Yeah.
Somebody goes first. I'll figure that out.
So you go off the top, you do your run. It's not so luge relay. You have the paddle where they hit the paddle.
Right.
Skeleton, they don't really have that because it's kind of hard to hit the paddle when you're head first going whatever. So they just finish the run. But there's a Formula One. There's a light system, and it goes red, lights out, and away we go.
Right.
It used to go green, and then people realized that there might be some colorblind folks, and that's not really fair. So now the lights go out. Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So the lights go out now instead of just going green. But the lights go out, so there's a timing effect because once the lights go out, your time starts. So there's a reaction start, and then there's a start. The big difference between this and skeleton that you normally see, your skeleton athletes tend, when they start, kind of rock their sled a little bit and push off.
Mm-hmm.
Their sleds have a little timing chip in there. It has to stay perfectly still, so they can't rock the sled. What that's led to is the American team is phenomenal at starts, phenomenal at starting out, because it kind of messes with the way that you start a sled. And the Americans have just gotten really good at it. So Austin Florian and Mystique Rowe, they're your world champions in the team event. And when you look at their start times are sometimes almost a whole second faster than other people. Where normally you'd have maybe from top to bottom 0.3, 0.4. So that's something that the U.S. has been very good at. The Germans obviously are very good at it. The Austrians are, but the Americans tend to kind of, even on races where they haven't been good at a track for like men's skeleton and women's skeleton, all of a sudden, boom, really good at that. So that's gonna be fun. Really looking forward to that one.
So I have like, let's move on to, I guess, to bobsled here.
All right.
Specifically bobsled. I mean, I'm sure all of us have seen the movie Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
Watched it a bunch. My son loved Cool Runnings, so we watched it a bunch. I'm actually thinking like the Jamaican bobsled team is like legit this year.
Yes,
Is
absolutely.
that correct? Okay.
Shane Pitter is the real deal. I mean, so look, he's not gonna contend for a medal in the Olympics.
Okay.
For men's bobsled, get to know the German national anthem really well.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. They have swept almost every podium all season in men's bobsled.
Okay.
Part of what you're watching right now is literally the greatest bobsledder to ever live is maybe retiring after this year. But Francesco Friedrich has won more medals, won more gold medals, he's medaled in like something like 70% of every race he's ever competed in. The man's insane.
That's insane.
Okay.
Yeah. And then right behind him, and a guy who's actually been out sliding him this year is Johannes Lochner. Lochner was going to retire a couple of years ago, got a mountain of a human being in Jord Fleischhauer pushing for him, and all of a sudden started having fun when he started winning a lot.
Now this is the 2-man bobsled?
Yeah, well, 2 or 4. Yeah, 2 and
Okay.
4. Fleischhauer's on the back of both of them.
Okay.
And these two have been 1-2 in both 2-man and 4-man.
And then there's the Monobob
For the women, yeah, because they wanted to have
it's just the women, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Women and then boys in the Youth Olympic Games. But so back to the Jamaicans right quick. Shane Pitter has been step back 2 years ago. I was at a World Cup event, and Shane Pitter, I've got a picture on Blue Sky of this, and he is pushing what is possibly the oldest bobsled I've ever seen in my life. That wasn't like at like an antique thing. This thing is this giant. It looks like the sled from the movie. Like it is this.
That was literally what I was picturing in my head.
Yeah.
The bobsled that they
That's
had.
what he's pushing. And I look over, and Jimmy Reed, who's a retired bobsledder, and he does photography some for the team. I look at Jimmy, and Jimmy looks at me, and we're at the same time we just kind of mouth wow at each other. And I go, Jimmy, what the hell was that? And he's like, I have never seen that sled in my life. A lot of times with the forerunners, the people that start that'll do a couple runs before the official race starts to like test the timing, test all that. A lot of times they're in older sleds. If you travel, you get a rental sled instead of having to pay to bring your own sled from point A to point B or whatever. Yeah. But man, this thing, it didn't have any decals on it. It was just this big metal silver round thing that was probably maybe East German or
a classic.
Yeah, like Czechoslovakian or something like, something.
The bobsled that you say put it in H.
Yeah. But the kid's been working hard, and he's got he won 8 gold medals in North America Cup, which is the North American tour. Beating some dudes, beat Edson Bin Ladi, who's Brazil's bobsledder, who is a very good bobsledder. He's going to his 5th Olympics this time. And Shane, he's not going to contend for a medal. I think he's going to turn some heads as far as just he's going to beat some dudes. And maybe a couple better sliders that run on World Cup all the time and stuff like that. He does not have the experience in front of all the lights and cameras and all that. And that's going to hurt. But he's still, the kid's good. Like if he sticks with this, again, I could see him turning some heads. And 2-man, he's got Joel Furon on his brakes, who's a former British slider with a Jamaican passport and Jamaican family. And Joel retired, and then got a call from Shane. And Shane's like, dude, you want to...
There's so many retirees coming out of retirement for this Olympics.
So many teams getting put together, dude.
We're just going to call this it's the Italian one last job.
Yeah.
The dude we're getting the band back together.
Exactly.
Olympics, yeah.
I mean, there is the Italian job, and then there's the Italian one last job. That's what it is, man. Everyone's like coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the Olympics are in Italy. You want it? It was like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go get the pizza with the French fries and the hot dogs on it. It's important.
Everyone is the Kylie and
Did you guys see that picture I posted of that?
Yes. We posted
the French fries and hot dog pizza.
We talked about it on the podcast that came out today.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I love Pittsburgh Südtirol.
Yes.
Hey,
They need it
More
slow.
evidence for my theory that everywhere is Pittsburgh.
I mean, the Three Rivers unite us all.
But
The
But
three
yeah,
rivers:
not
Atlantic,
Three
Pacific,
Rivers.
and Indian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
all rivers lead to Pittsburgh. That's how that actually works.
Except the
Um,
Schuylkill.
Except the Schuylkill. Yeah.
And
That's the
Susquehanna
Arctic.
mentioned.
So Frank Del Duca, you're going to be your flag bearer for the USA. Terrible 4-man season, had an outstanding 2-man season. Never won a medal, top 6 in almost every race. Got a really good sled, and he's a really good pilot. He's got a shot at a medal. Brad Hall from Great Britain, Jinsu Kim from South Korea. You got a lot of guys that could contend, but Francisco Friedrich, Johannes Lochner, and Adam Amor, who's a young guy, he's kind of like Germany 3, but won the last couple races this year, and is just Germany's like 8 drivers deep. They could take a guy out of Europe Cup that hasn't raced all year, and he'll contend for a medal right now. So we're yeah, on the men's side. The women's side is far more wide open. Like just you've got an Australian that's got a chance for a medal in Monobob. Bree Walker. Yeah.
I love when you have like countries that you don't think have winter sports win them.
Yeah.
It's all like Australia, you're like, okay, yeah, it probably gets cold in Australia, but you don't really think about that.
No.
You just think of
They got that
the
one figure
Outback
skater
and-
who won when everyone fell over.
yes, the Bradbury. He pulled the
Oh
Bradbury.
yeah, the speed skater. Yeah.
Speed sk- I love speed skating. We can talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, I love when you get something that's seemingly outside of, hey, here's the Nordic countries, or here's the countries that are attached to the Alps, or like in like Canada, United States. You see like a country that you said that Brazil had a good bobsledder, and I was like, that kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
So I don't think about Brazil getting cold, which I'm sure they have mountains at some point there.
They like, sort of.
Sort of, right?
I mean, a lot of them race in North America is where they kind of just end up. And then Bree Walker actually trained a lot in Germany for a while, and then has been training in Canada more recently. She's a big push athlete that was really good on the easy tracks where she could outpush a lot of people and then drive well. And then the last 2 years or so, she got Pierre Luder's big Canadian bobsledder from back in the day, coaching her now. And the last couple of years, she's really come on and she's won medals all over the place. She's driving better than she ever has. She'll have a shot at it. The Americans all 3 of them have a shot. Alana Myers-Taylor, Kaylee Armbruster Humphreys, and Keisha Love. Keisha Love's your reigning world champion. And just a delight of a human being. She's wonderful. They've all got a shot. The Germans all have a shot, obviously. Laura Nolte's probably their best shot at a gold. Kati Bierl from Austria, who absolutely hates the monobob, cannot stand it, has never liked it, and then all of a sudden started winning some medals this year.
Sure. No, started liking it a lot more, I'm guessing.
Not as much as you'd think. She still can't stand it, but she's like,
I love like the reluctant, awesome athlete.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Let's just
it's
Fine, I'll do it.
It's like it's like the football player that doesn't really care about football, but they're awesome at football. It's like, yeah, it's just something I do on Saturdays.
It's literally like this is my job. This
Yeah,
is
it's
what
like
I do.
it's
Well,
the Marshawn Lynch.
it's also
I'm just
like
here
those-
so I don't get fined.
Literally, Marshawn. Yeah,
It's also like those racers that are like, oh, I hate road tracks. I only want to do ovals. Yeah, I've won the last 3 road tracks, but
But man, I hate them.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, I
turning
hate it
right.
so
it's
much.
so much work.
Yeah.
Man, I hate. I'm just gonna imagine her going down the track the whole time she takes a turn, just going.
I hate this. I hate this.
Oh,
It's
So
just like that
like
SNL
counting
skit they
down
just
to
had.
the end of the day,
Oh,
like the
it's
same way
just
you
like-
do when it's like almost 5 o'clock, and you're
I
just
mean,
like, okay,
maybe-
2 more turns.
maybe that
Another
makes you
job.
really good because the faster you finish, the better you do, but also you don't have to do it anymore.
Exactly.
Like,
That is a great
let's
point.
let's get this shit over with, right?
Literally.
great point.
Oh,
literally
son
that.
of a bitch! Here comes this stupid left-hand turn.
I'm gonna take this left-hand
Damn it.
turn as perfect as possible, so I don't have to be in this left-hand turn anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's been funny because she's just like audibly not liked it, and then she did really well in World Championships last year, and then all of a sudden like started contending for medals and stuff. And I asked her, I'm like, hey, what's going on with the monobob? She's like, I still don't like it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, do you like it more? She's like, a little bit. I will continue to like it a little more as long as I win medals. But it's a lot. There's an SNL skit that they just did with the luge, and the girl goes, "I hate the thing that I'm best at," and that is kind of where she is right now. Like she's really good in the two women, but she's been doing better in the monobob, and she's not thrilled about it.
I get that, like, because that's kind of like relatable on any level. Like if you have a job and you're like, I'm really good at this job, but I hate this job.
I feel
Just like this job is killing me.
The commitment to being honest about
Like,
it
this
and
is
not
just-
lying about like, oh, this is great. Like I love this. No, I hate it only a little less, but only a little.
Yeah.
And I won't like it if I stop winning, then no, we're done.
Yeah, Monobob's going to have your best shot at having a pretty good spread of athletes. Although Australia just won a winter sliding sport medal in 2022 with Jackie Narracott in skeleton. She won silver. So Bree would just be another medal for Australia's sliding sports at this point. And then their only other slider they really have is Alex Ferlazzo in men's luge, who could do something as well. He finished 5th in the World Championships a couple of years ago. So he's pretty legit as well.
Cool. Okay, let's do an ad read. Then we'll get to other sports as well.
Okay.
First off, folks, if you want to dress like us, and why wouldn't you? Go to Home Field Apparel. Use our offer code. Yes, ha ha ha. Yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. I see Montana State. I'm wearing Pitt tonight.
This is actually not a home field shirt. This is not home field. I'm just here representing Montana.
You could have
State.
lied. It's an audio medium.
I mean, I have enough Montana State stuff that it's rare that I don't have a home field Montana State thing that I need to differentiate.
Commish is wearing his hockey Golden Gophers, and Arthur is wearing his
good.
Titan Taters.
Yeah.
Guys, I have an opportunity for you listeners. Get real close here. We're going to talk about it.
I'm scared.
We're gonna have. Well, Commish, you want to break it later on, or do it now?
What are we breaking?
Basketball.
Giveaway.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Do I need to call in
basketball?
Do I need to call in Corvallis Love for this?
I think.
Oh my god! I wish you would.
Oh yeah. Is your love life a dud? Well, you need a dose of King Spud.
Nope.
For 3!
Corvallis Love here to tell you about our Sickle Times Day CBB giveaway. You'll get 2 tickets to Idaho State at Idaho on February 14th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time.
Nope. Don't like
God's
that.
time.
We'll supply the
God's
winner
time.
with roses, chocolates, sparkling grape juice, and pizza. The transportation costs are not included. You'll need to provide your own wheels for this deal. Check all our socials to enter. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
Guys, this is one of our best bits ever. This is all Commish.
Commish, how long were you sitting on the "if your love life is a dud, get a taste of King Spud" or whatever the fuck that was?
Well, you need a dose of King Spud. Look, I was just like, I was
how
like,
long
what
did you
rhymes?
brainstorm this, brother?
What rhymes with Spud? And I was like, well, dud. And I'm like, okay, now it's like, it's Valentine's theme. Let's go love life. Dud,
Idaho.
Spud. There we go.
Idaho Vandals basketball taking on Idaho State is the sexiest thing that's ever happened in Moscow, Idaho.
It is. You need to join this deal. It's a steal. Oh yeah.
It is one of our best
With
bits
your own
ever.
wheels.
Commish.
I texted Jarek at Idaho, and I was like, hey, I know y'all got a Valentine's Day basketball game. And I was like, and it's for King Spud and whatnot. I'm like, hey, can we sponsor the game? So he returns to me and he's just like, hey, to sponsor the game, it's like $3,700. And I was like, man, we ain't got.
I mean, that's kind of what the money is for, but that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So it's just like the committee doesn't have that. But then he said the game was already sponsored because it's the King Spud game. So whatever. It's already sponsored. Then he says hey, you could do a special deal with 2 tickets and a Valentine's Day date thing. And I was like, okay, let me brainstorm on it. And I started brainstorming on it. He approved it. We got it approved. And we just did that, and we'll on the next podcast recording on Sunday night, we're going to draw the winner, and we're going to announce it on February 10th.
Remind me, is this the Ozempic trophy?
No,
What was the
That's
potato trophy?
that's the potato state trophy. King
Oh, okay.
Spud. King Spud is the actual potato with a crown on it.
Oh, okay.
A spud.
I should have wore that
crown.
shirt. I should have wore that shirt.
God.
You got to save that shirt for when we do the drawing.
It's true.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you are going to games and you're going to spend over more than $200, use Vivid Seats and use our offer code SICKOS20 for $20 off your first order of $200 or more. Subscribe to our Beehive where we do our long form writing. Commish has something cooking for Friday.
I got something cooking for Friday. Again, it was about the unclaimed championships. I actually emailed this school and they responded.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I was like, why haven't you claimed this championship? And I was offended that they hadn't claimed it. And so the AD responded back. He was just like, well, this year is way before our time here. But they're going to look into it and they don't know what it would take to claim it. So it could wind up being claimed at this point.
You just got to name it and claim it. That's literally
they're
all it
gonna
takes.
they're gonna discuss it. So it's gonna be, I guess, reviewed to see if they will claim it now. Which is, dude, if we get this school to claim it and it's because of us, I'm gonna love this school forever.
Hey, you know what? Further proof for the theory that bullying works.
Mhm.
I will put also for accountability purposes the way to really top 30 is also in the oven. I just got to write it. So accountability purposes, I will try and get if you hear this, bully me on Blue Sky to finish writing.
Everybody bully Joey, please.
Yeah, because bullying works.
Bullying works.
Other things. Join our Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to our Discord and to extra podcast things, including a new series coming up on FCS's longest losing streak at Columbia University.
Well, it's the second longest losing streak. Prairie View's longer.
It's the longest at Columbia.
Yeah, Columbia's longest.
So it's basically we're kind of doing the overlapping longest losing streaks. Like Northwestern set the record, then they broke it, and then like Columbia basically started their streak, and then they extended the record, and then Prairie View, Columbia ended their streak, and about a year or two later, Prairie View started their streak and set it further.
Is the losing streaks like the Highlander? Is that how this works?
It seems that way, and it's ended with Prairie View, but we think because
For now,
because
Oberlin still plays football.
UMass, how you doing?
Oberlin still plays football.
Oberlin does still play football, so a D3 school could possibly. I don't know, man. 80 games.
Teal
no way.
College.
No.
Come on down.
Don't do that to that.
Teal wins too much.
It's a new sentence. Brand new sentence.
Brand new sentence.
Other things, our merch store at sickoscommittee.org, our YouTube, our Instagram, our TikTok, and our Twitch. That got a little Susie in there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go the places we refuse to go. And shout out to Feed Your Mascot podcast where our friends Jeff and Blue talk about the culture around college football. Shout out to Jeff. I said it last time too, but he ran a half marathon at Disneyland. Wow. Fun to do.
All right.
Okay.
Let's return.
Other things.
Let's go to biathlon.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I got a lot to think about with biathlon.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, where do you want to start? Because there's going to be the same number of athletes at this Olympics in biathlon, right? 210, you get 105 for the men, 105 for the women. But there's a big difference. And I don't know, we didn't mention this with the sliding. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a big impact in biathlon. No Russia and no Belarus. Belarus also a big biathlon country. They won a silver medal at the last one in Beijing. And they're not going to be there this time to defend that. And in addition, a lot of people have retired. Like this is maybe the most wide open Olympic biathlon that I've seen. I did the math.
Ken is disagreeing here. He has some biathlon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
biathlon is kind of like his side hobby to sliding.
Yeah. So first of the Russians in Belarus, there's no Russians in bobsled or skeleton. The way the qualification works, there was no way that was going to happen, even if they started this like right away. Luge the qualifications are a little different. There's the way the rules work is that you can't have what they're calling the neutral athlete. You know, we come up with a new name for what the Russians are every year.
Whatever. It's
Yeah,
like
whatever.
this weird flag that I can't
Yeah.
remember what exactly it's called.
It's teal. Their color is teal.
Yeah, it's
They're-
or like turquoise or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, so they've got a couple in luge for men's and women's singles, one in each. But then they were able to pull that off, but that's about it. Yeah, no, not having Belarus or Russia in biathlon is going to make a big difference, but it's going to be France is absolutely dominated, relatively as much as you do in biathlon. They've got the top ranked man, they got the top ranked woman. They've got 3, 4, 5. I think they have the top 3 of the top 10 in both men's and women's biathlon right now.
Yeah. I mean, my big question for France is who gets to start, because that's like these bigger countries. You still only get 4 athletes in most of these events.
Yes. And I think what you're going to probably see, and because they don't have to make that decision until pretty late, I think what you're probably going to see is a lot of your lower ranked athletes in the relays. You know, they're not going to put Eric Perot not in, you know, all the main events, right? He's got a shot at winning every gold. You know, again, like in Italy, he's not going to put Lisa Vitazzi, you know, or somebody like that, or Dorothea Rivera or whatever. They're not going to leave them out of the big events either, right? So I think those lower athletes you're going to see, your Jean Richard and some of them.
Yeah, well, Italy on the women's side, they might not have a choice. Because they're I don't know what's going on with, because Rebecca Passler just got busted for doping. So she's definitely not going to be there. I don't know if they have an alternate that's going to be there.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've got, so the way all of these sports work is there's always always got an alternate sitting there on the side waiting. And then there's various rules on replacement athletes as well. Outside of just your alternate, depending on certain things. Doping hits happen to be one of those things. So not knowing exactly who it'll be off it'll be whoever their top IBU Cup person is, would be my guess. That's already not filled in or whatever. But I think you're going to see on the women's side, France, Italy, Norway, and Sweden are going to be your 4 big ones. A little bit of Germany mixed in there as well. You know, you've got some strong Germans in there as well.
Yeah, I always liken current German biathlon to like Nebraska football, where like there's a great history, there's a ton of fan support, and they just haven't really won that much in the past few years.
No, I think Preuss is going to be your best bet at a medal. You know, on that side. Right.
Yeah, she's not having a great year though.
No, she's not. But the Olympics are different. Like,
don't worry, Matt Rule's going to guide them.
Yeah, but you're right. Germany's got that history, but like unlike like luge, where Germany's just going to be very good. Like they're going to show up every Olympics, and they're going to contend for medals. They're going to win medals, or whatever. Biathlon, they're just, and what's kind of sad about that, you'll watch the races like in Oberhof, and they show up to like the crowd there is. I had a friend of mine send me a video. He's a coach for one of the teams, and he sends me this video, and it's like a foggy day in Oberhof, as you tend to have in Oberhof, and through the fog, you're hearing the shot, and you hear this crowd, and it is a roar of like 50,000 people cheering at every single made shot by one of the Germans, and it is unbelievable. And it's just like Nebraska, everybody shows up, and you want them to have a win, you know, and you want them to get one, but it's just the fields are so stacked with so much talent ahead of them. I don't see. You know, maybe in a relay, you know, the relays are such a wild card, you know, but you know, to what you said before with the Norwegians, the Bo brothers are both gone, and that is just mixed up, which is still wild to me that even happened. JT Bo is the best dude in the last 4 years, and just after last year was like, yeah, I'm done, and it's like, dude, the Olympics are the next one. You missed one, and they just didn't. He's just like, nah, I'm gonna spend time with my family instead. I was like, man, but you'd win all the things still. And if I was good at anything like that, I would do it until you absolutely had to drag me off the snow.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at kind of the all-time great in biathlon, right? I mean, you look at someone like Ole Einar Bjørndalen went forever. I mean, he went until they kicked him off, and then they didn't make the Norwegian Olympic team.
Yeah,
he went until then, and you know, it just all depends on I guess, what you have going on in your life. One storyline I'm interested in here. Anastasia Kuzmina. She's never not won a gold medal in an Olympics she's participated in, but she was retired from 2019 to 2024.
Yeah.
She took 5 years off is a long time to then come back.
Well rested, ready to go.
Level.
I realized that Nebraska and Germany have like another connection. The Wiener Schlinger.
Yeah. I assume that was a German invention.
And then the freaking hot dog cannon.
Yeah, I mean, they do like sausages. Yeah,
They do.
Campbell Wright's going to be a guy to watch for the USA for the in biathlon. He has been
The
by
transfer
far.
portal is ruining biathlon.
I mean, he showed up and he's doing all right. He's he's doing pretty well there. Notre Dame hasn't tried to sign him yet. But he's been by far our best athlete for the US, and he's been consistent in a way that we have not seen in a while, because we'll have like Deidre Irwin will rip one off, Sean Doherty will rip one off now and again, but Campbell Wright's there more times than not. Maybe not contending for a medal, but you look at the top 10, you're like, oh, there's Campbell again. And it's been cool to see because he's a young dude. He's just nice guy, and you like to see nice people do well, and he's out there crushing it.
For context for what I said, so I don't sound insane, he used to represent New Zealand, and now he represents America.
So what I've heard a lot about this Olympics is that it wasn't quite thrown together, but there were some things that were a little behind schedule on Italian time, we'll say. I can say that, right?
Even by Italian standards, some of the stuff has been like last minute. It's been, like I said, the fans you saw on the bobsled World Cup feed had snuck into the track. Like literally, Matt Weston's dad, who shows up to all of these events, you'll hear him on the Olympic broadcast. I promise you, you'll hear him yelling at Maddie before he goes. It's a very British voice going, "Go, Maddie!" You're gonna hear it.
Hell yeah.
Rumor has it, he somehow happened upon a hard hat and knows his way on.
Oh my god, it's the clipboard theory.
Yes.
Oh yeah, clipboard hard hat.
Yeah.
Just
My
get
other-
in there.
Yeah.
Honor
Act
student
like you've been in the
stays
end
winning.
zone. The honor
my previous life before all this, I used to work for a motorsports website on the side, and we'd go to events, and once in a while, if you forgot your credential, if you just held up a thing that looked kind of like a credential of some way, they'll just wave you on by. And it was the same kind of thing. He reportedly, he won't own up to it, but supposedly he found a hard hat, put the hard hat on, just walked his way to the start.
I love it.
Yeah.
I also saw that the Olympic Village cafeteria was in not great shape.
I don't even think it's done yet.
And so the one, they're done, I'm told. But the one in Milan is fine. The one everything in Cortina is temporary. They didn't want to build anything big and new for the most part in Cortina.
The only new permanent structure is the hockey arena, and we've seen how that went.
Wait, they only had to build one structure and they're behind?
One permanent structure, yes.
Permanent, yeah.
So the tracking. So like in Cortina, where their living quarters are kind of like, I'm gonna call them trailers. They're not trailers. They're kind of trailers. And then the
Hey, Ken, let's just call them food trucks.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many of us went to school in a trailer? All of us went to school in a trailer. Like
we have.
I actually lucked out. I didn't have to.
Yeah, I didn't have.
Everybody
we had-
was in middle school while they were renovating the middle school, and they put you in the fucking pop-up thing.
Yeah.
I
The
abandoned one
portables.
of those once.
The portables were there. I just got lucky.
The
and never had to
portables,
do them.
yes. The portables, like that you never. They
Yeah,
become like they're not portables anymore. They're just a permanent.
They're on
structure.
cinder blocks, baby.
Yeah, they're on
yeah,
cinder
that's,
blocks. It's
that's
totally.
how mine was. I had senior English I had junior English in a portable at 1 p.m. in San Diego.
My kids' elementary schools
But
got
they-
portables.
but they got
I
yeah.
can't wait for him to go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they got portables in Cortina. It's fine. Everybody makes use of the portables.
Yeah. So the cafeteria, as of like a week ago, this stuff was in there. No one had plugged anything in. I guess I don't know, but supposedly it's all there. It's all there and going now. But again, to your point, it was not like a week ago, which feels like a little too like. I'd want to make sure the hibachi works before I open up a restaurant.
And have a little time in case something doesn't work so that you can fix stuff so you're not pushing up against the deadline.
So everything is to what I'm told is up and going, but the Cortina side of things, everything is kind of temporary because they like their village the way their village is. That area Antol's already hosts a biathlon event, which something back to the whole biathlon talk. This is the first biathlon course they've shown up to in a while where they know the course ahead of time. They know that, which plays a big part when even if you've been on the course like once compared to Antholz where they show up every year. They run the same. There's stuff like that that you wouldn't know if you like when they went to Pyeongchang. The prevailing breezes and things like that are just a little different. But outside of that, they didn't want anything big, so everything's temporary there. The cafeteria is a giant tent, which again, giant tent is fine. It works. But yeah, as of like a week ago, nothing was plugged in up in Cortina. What I'm told is Milan was very much more ready to go. Cortina, they just kind of it works now, and that's the important part. But
the structures are there, so they won't get mined.
Yes, exactly.
Commish, I want to talk a little bit about some of your other favorite events we haven't talked about yet.
Yes.
Are you one of those curling nuts that jumps on in every 4 years?
Yeah, I would say yes. It's one of those sports that I love to watch. I know, like Joey, like that's like basically you do that, whenever you can. But I love to jump
curling
in. Yeah,
on non-Olympic years.
You watch curling on non-Olympic years. You go to like the Battle of the Sexes for curling. You do all this stuff because you live in the area, and I'm in San Antonio. There's no curling anywhere.
I now live in Northern
chain.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Which is everyone in America loves football, but in the South, football is a big deal. In Northern Ontario, curling is a big deal.
Yeah. So like I love it because I could like sideline, like armchair curling quarterback, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I really do it because I was like, I was like, you gotta do a little bit better here. You gotta do, that's just bad. And, but I know, knowing full well, I could not do any better at this, but I just love to like armchair quarterback. Why did you try to get that one instead of this one?
Curling is genuinely fantastic because it is the sport that allows chunky nerds like me to believe that there is still an opportunity for me to become an Olympic athlete.
Well, you got skeleton.
I guess. I'll have to retire and do skeleton.
I'm gonna retire and do. I'm 44. Let me go.
I'm a retired podcaster. I've decided to do skeleton.
I'm leaving the Sickos Committee podcast to do skeleton.
Taking my talents to skeleton.
This is gonna be a fascinating year for the curling.
Well, can I ask you a question about the Team USA thing? Because I'd heard that Team USA was using a special technique to make the stone go slower, and they banned it.
So this year, if you follow United States curling every 4 years, you may know Corey Dropkin. They lost in the United States qualifiers this year to an not upstart, but like new team, Team Casper. It's skipped by Daniel Casper. And they do and a friend of the show, John Cullen, who once made fun of me for being the curling expert here, who is a casual, is going to correct me on this. But they had a technique I believe it's called dumping, where basically you sweep a bunch at the start and then you lift the broom up so it drips, so the snow drips from your broom in front of the rock, which slows down the rock.
That is brilliant.
Oh my god!
Crazy.
This has been like technically illegal for a while. Famously at the last World Championships, Team China was doing it a whole bunch until Team Canada had to go up to them and be like, "Hey, knock it off."
Impolite from Team Canada.
But Daniel Casper had been doing it and similar strategies that I'm not comfortable going to the technicalities of because I might get it wrong. And that's how they upset Corey Dropkin in the United States qualifiers. And he's also been really I won't say outperforming. He's performing at a career best level right now in the other tournaments, and using this strategy. And World Curling just came out with a rules clarification, not a rules change, a rules clarification.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, saying, "Hey, that thing is still illegal. Don't do that."
Stop.
Oh my god! It's like when somebody in F1 like reads the rules in a very specific way to say,
Yeah.
Like the double diffuser from Braun, or when fucking Mercedes figured out that they could lift their front wing.
Yeah. So that is going to be interesting. You could, if Team Casper has a good season here, or a good tournament, this is going to be like, this is the team from the U.S. now. Corey Dropkin is still going to the Olympics. He and Corey Thies, I think that's how that's pronounced. Might be Thies.
The two Corys.
Yeah, they're called Corey and Corey. They're going for mixed doubles for Team United States.
Not the the ones that probably Ken and I know as the two Corys.
Yeah, the other two Corys.
Yes.
Hey, I'm old too. I know them.
Okay, Corey Heyman, Corey Feldman. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Author's like, I have no idea what that is.
This is Boy Meets World, right?
No.
That's Corey.
That.
That's just Corey. That's just Corey.
That's just
Corey
one
Feldman,
Corey.
Of the musician who made Angelic to the Core. So mixed doubles is always kind of a crapshoot because it's a lot. There's a lot more randomness in there. There's also a lot of married couples in this year, which is fun. Rana and Rana, and so how you call mixed doubles teams is the two players' last names. So Team Sweden is Team Rana Rana. Team.
I love like the married couples like competing together and then competing against each other in the sliding sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's two married couple dynamics that
they're very different.
I would need reality TV on both of them. Like I want to know.
I'll go through my little quick curling recap. I promise I won't go as long because we spent a lot of time on sliding sports as we should. This is also kind of a sliding sport.
Yes.
Yeah, rocks slide too.
Exactly.
Just not a people slidey sport.
Yeah.
For the women, there is a clear tier 1, which is one team, tier 2, which is a second team, and then tier 3 is kind of a mix. Rachel Holman is the best player in the world right now. She did not play at the Scotties because the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, which is the Women's Canadian Curling Championships, to prepare for the Olympics. So Carrie Einerson got to win a Scotties Tournament of Hearts this year over Team Laws, which Sarah Jegovan was not happy with that loss. Again, Rachel Holman, best player in the world right now. She is probably going to be the clear favorite here. Team Switzerland is probably the second best bet here. Silvana Tiranzoni is the skip. She throws third stones. That's somewhat rare, but you see it every now and then. So basically, Elena Patz throws the last stones for them, but she's not the team captain. Traditionally, the captain throws last, but Tiranzoni throws third stones instead.
So is that like a pitcher batting eighth instead of
kind of?
Pitchers don't bat anymore. I'm sorry, I'm old.
No, I get you.
And then the catcher would bat ninth.
It's
whatever.
Not unheard of. In fact, Team Laws, which I just talked about, Sarah Jegovan's actually their captain, but she throws third stones. So Tiranzoni is one of the best game planners in curling right now, but she's getting up there a little bit, so she throws third stones. Alina Patz, a great shot maker, she throws fourth for Switzerland. After that, it's kind of a crapshoot. Team Hasselborg from Sweden's really good. Team Gim from South Korea can absolutely spoil every now and then if you catch a team on the wrong day. And as mentioned, Team China, who had one of their best world championships a couple years ago, doing questionable tactics. They're back.
They're back.
Team Wong, they can also surprise some people. There's some interesting things with Great Britain, and that'll lead me into the men's. In curling, the Great Britain curling team in curling in the Olympics is always Scotland. It is a rule that because even though England and Wales and Northern Ireland do have curling teams, Team Scotland is always so far ahead that they don't even bother doing a qualifier.
Yeah.
It's always Team Scotland. So Team Great Britain in the men's side is actually the favorite. That's Bruce Mowat, number one in the world right now from Scotland. I've met him. He was the male representative at the Battle of the Sexes. Super nice guy. Also extremely good. I would say it's a bit more wide open. Brad Jacobs, Team Alberta, is coming out for Team Canada. I was not expecting that, but they're very, very good. They'll be a favorite. Italy, this is a good chance for them to get a good medal. Joel Retornaz, who's been, I probably butchered that name, I do apologize, but he's been a top level curler for a long time. In fact, I believe he was in the gold medal game in 2006 in Turin. Okay. So he's back 20 years later at the next Italian Olympics.
Wow.
Nicholas Edin, always good from Sweden, and as I mentioned, the United States team with Daniel Kasper. That is going to be a very fascinating team to watch. We've mentioned earlier that Great Britain, their medal count is something we're going to be watching. I would say Bruce Mowat in the men's curling is probably going to be one of those teams that medals for Great Britain.
Okay, Commish, tell me more about some of your other favorite sports.
I love watching ski jump. Like I don't have favorites or anything like that. I will cheer for Austria because I did a project on them in 4th grade. In the ski jump,
that's a good reason.
I mean, you see an Austrian flag. I got an A and made it to like the state or something with my project on Austria. Did I win? No, I didn't. I got
big Gunther fan,
but I got honorable mention on it. But again,
Commish mentioned.
Yeah, Commish mentioned. Honorable mentioned. But yeah, I love ski jump just because it's really simple. It's rather quick, and then you can just follow it along. Like it's like you just see these people take off, and they put the skis up, and they're flying through the air, and then they land it, and it's just like, is it far enough? That's it. It's very simple. It's very pleasing, and it's just something that you could just follow. Really, really simple. That's what I love there.
It was also the most fun game mode in Mario and Sonic at the
Winter Olympic Games. All those games is just it's awesome. Ski jump is great. I love the speed skating, short track, and the long distance. The chaos of the short track speed skating, which we talked about earlier with Bradbury. I love when they're that close to each other. They're basically like on each other's shoulder.
Yeah, that's the rubbing is racing.
And if somebody catches a blade wrong, like they wipe out everybody, or somebody that's in second and third wipes out, or maybe somebody's in first and second wipes out, and then third gets it. Like you can never tell when that race is over until they cross the line at the end. Like I love that because it is captivating. The other one, when it's on the long track, where they're doing the long loops, and they're doing it looks like they're swimming with the strokes and the speed skating too. It's just very aesthetically, like they're gliding on the ice. I really love that. That's another one that I love to watch that. Apparently, our friend Roger Sherman said there's a potential GOAT of the speed skating. He's American. His name is Jordan Stoltz. Was the first speed skater to win 3 gold medals at 1 World Championships in 2023. Then he did it again in 2024. He hasn't lost in the 1,000 meter, the 1,500 meter, and he has the best ever score in the quote-unquote big combination events, and he's only 21. So he could go supernova at these games, potentially winning 3 or 4 golds. My favorite, again, I really love the chaos of the short track. It's just... It's insanity, and they just go around this track like so ridiculousness. The other one is just the longer track. It's kind of like endurance at the same time. You can see when they really kick it in. Like it's almost like a track and field event where they're running like an 800 or the mile or something like distance. That. You get the bell laps and stuff. That stuff is fascinating to me.
I got to attend the first ever mass start for the long track speed skating when it was in Pyeongchang. Mm-hmm. I was there, had a night off from the bobsled track, so I popped over there, and it was going to be the first one. It is a little bit of chaos. There's a lot going on. It's a lot like if you watch track cycling in the Madison.
Oh yeah,
one of those. It's kind of like the Madison. It's not a team event, obviously. So
no,
but it's the same general kind of like. There's a lot going on. People trying to skate to the front at certain periods and stuff like that to get points or whatever. It's a fun one, and it's about as much chaos as you're going to get on the long track.
Yeah, there's like the speed skating in the it's got high entertainment value. I think, like you said, you were like sick watching all the sliding sports when you were a kid or whatever.
Absolutely.
And I think in like 2010, the Olympics, I had shoulder surgery. Like I had basically like I tore my rotator cuff, ruptured my bicep, and so I was like laid up watching the Winter Olympics, and I had this stupid pack, whatever, with like a little ice thing, just cycling cold water all over the surgically repaired shoulder, and the short track skating was on, and it was just nothing but chaos. It was nothing
I
but
also
people
have
like,
very fond memories of those
but
Olympics.
just crashing into each other, and my mom was there, and we loved all the crashing. And then like my friends were like with me and whatnot, and we would always make like a joke of the country that like crashed or whatever thing. And so like there was a French speed skater who crashed, and my friend Mike went, he just went, "Mine croissants," as he like slid. and then my mom smacked the shit out of him. This was saying that. And so like it's got a fond memory for me. It's ridiculous, like my with the shoulder stuff.
We've joked in the past about our sick awakenings when we first started watching sports the way we do. Yeah. And I remember in 2010, I'm sorry to say this, but I do need to say it for the context. I'm 11 years old.
Okay. Sure.
And
come on.
Guys, it's okay. It doesn't bother me anymore.
No, it's fine. No, I'm just, brother, I was
okay.
at the bar watching the speed skating with my buddies and like drinking
fine.
beers.
It's fine.
And, like,
Everything's fine.
I'm home from school. I remember I specifically was sick many times during the Winter Olympics in 2010, and I remember watching when Sven Kramer went the wrong way in the long distance race, and the commentator's like, "Oh, that's what a mistake. That's a tragedy." I'm sitting there going, "He went the wrong way."
Like it's just like there's so many things that can go wrong, like one little thing, and that's why I love watching the Olympics. It's a tragedy that you train like 4 years for this, and then like one little slip up, one little mistake, cost you a gold, cost you a medal, cost you the race.
Oh,
right.
It's an absolute
like
tragedy.
Football, like you miss a tackle and you get the next play. It's you trained for 4 years for this and you fucked up, and that's it, buddy.
It's an absolute tragedy, worst day of their life, and also I'm sitting here eating Cheetos going,
yeah, because you're 11.
No, I do that now.
Nelson Muntz. Okay. Yes.
We talked a little bit about this last time, but I have to say again, I am so excited for ski mountaineering, or skimo, as the cool kids are saying. Skimo. The cool thing about this, and I got this from Roger Sherman as well, this is the first new event at a Winter Olympics since skeleton was re-added. If you want to go back to something that wasn't re-added, we have to go back to snowboarding in 98.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm holding out hope for downhill skating. Red Bull Crashed Ice is coming to the Olympics. I swear.
We're gonna have to like start yelling as the committee for the alpine luge.
Somebody on Blue Sky today was asking what it would take to have Olympic snowball fighting. And it was like you have to set up the international thing for snowball fighting, and then you have to get about 40 countries to do it. This seems like a job for us.
Fighting. International Snowball Fighting Federation.
I'll get to make a rule book with like brand guidelines. I'm so in my zone. Holy shit.
There you go.
I'm trying to think of what winter sports many countries play that isn't already in the Olympics, because there's not that many. Bandy, maybe?
This is why the Winter Olympics are just like a smaller thing, because there are just not that many countries that do that fewer sports.
This is why we need Olympic snowball fighting.
I just like that you're just talking about setting up a new sport, and the first thing you think about is branding guidelines.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm excited about this.
Hey,
instead of like the actual rules of the sport, he goes, "Oh, the brand guidelines."
I can't wait to bevel this.
Mm-hmm.
No, I totally get this.
So, ski mountaineering. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
Ken?
No, when you were talking earlier on about someone that's like been in like multiple championships and whatever, we almost had he was the first guy out. Jonathan Yao of Malaysia would have been the first ever Olympian to also compete in a fistball world championships.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Foosball.
Yeah, fistball is.
Oh, yeah.
We love fistball.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
yeah.
volleyball. Yeah, we watched it
Yeah.
in the World Game.
Yeah, he missed it by one spot. Hiro Takahashi got the last spot for Japan, but he's a first dude out, and it's just I was so bummed. In part because I love Johnny, he's a good dude, but then also I'm like, man, it would have given me a chance to talk a lot about fistball for the next few weeks, and pretty bummed about that.
I looked up what winter sports aren't in the Olympics, and Bridget, you didn't remind me. Sled dog racing is not in the Olympics.
No.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, I
and if
mean,
we have-
that's tougher, I feel like.
I think it is probably hard to execute, but like at the same time, if we can have equestrian sports in the Summer Olympics, I think we can have dog
True.
sledding.
True.
There was also
Oh.
a movement to try to move some of these like some Summer Olympics things to the winter.
Yeah, I
So-
mean you can do ping pong any time of year.
There's a big all the there's like an Winter Olympic Sport Federation that is basically a conglomerate of all of your various FIL luge, IBSF bobsled skeleton, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
My inbox blew up one day, where every single federation sent out a thing saying that they agree with the OWF, whatever it's called, about basically saying we do not want Summer Olympic sports being moved to the Winter Olympic sports. And it was about as big of a blow up as you're going to have underneath the IOC, because most everyone stays pretty tight lipped, but like the fact that like everybody put out a statement at the same time is it's people are very against that.
Well, okay. What we do instead is we add broomball, and then Wisconsin brings in the most medals any single state has ever done.
Also, other winter sport that exists that we could have that we don't. Ski joring, which is where you are on skis and the horse.
Hell yes.
This one's easier. That one is a much easier lift than sled dog racing.
Well, now I forget the name of it, but now you're speaking the language of the sport that we play in Canada when the roads freeze over, which is grabbing on the back of cars on the street and sliding down a hill.
Yeah,
Skitching.
Let's just put that in the Olympics.
Skitching, but the car doesn't know you're there. That was how we did it. We just ran up to cars at stop signs.
Yeah, you're just the kids who live on the Ave who are just hanging onto the buses and like skitching on the buses on their skateboards.
You're basically Canada is so many years behind the US. You were basically growing up in the 1980s.
Every Philadelphian was doing this last week.
Yeah.
The 80s didn't come to Canada until 2001.
Yeah.
You're on the better timeline.
Yeah.
No, they just haven't gotten to this part yet.
Okay.
That's why they're on the better timeline.
Yeah, they can avoid
Waving
it.
our arms wildly at you. Please stop.
Another winter sport, snow polo.
The Cubs.
Snow polo.
What are you
I'm seated.
Look it up. It's they do it in St. Moritz on the big frozen lake every year, and there's a snow polo World Cup. It is the whitest white people thing to ever white people. It is
This
straight
is
up.
incredible.
Riding a tauntaun.
Yeah, it is straight up people like doing polo on a frozen lake.
Oh
in
my
the
God, you
richest
guys.
part of Switzerland.
With horses with like
He's not
spikes
kidding.
for the
This
ice.
is the whitest thing I've ever seen.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
live in Montana.
Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating. And like
No, you were and possibly
what you're not
underselling
seeing
it.
in the pictures is just off to the side all the hospitality tents. Every big hotel in St. Moritz has like a little hospitality tent with like a very nice restaurant in it and the whole thing.
Yeah.
It is legitimately the whitest white thing to ever white. It is amazing.
And
Okay, if there's
like,
snow
still
polo,
dressed to the nines and
can we do like snow soccer then? Like, I mean, like maybe like a shorter field.
Yeah, that's called
whatever.
the Canadian Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not new per se.
That's not new. But
You
put
can't
it in the Winter Olympics.
You can't just keep adding snow or ice to other normal sports, Commish. That's not
Sure
how
you
it
can.
works.
we're gonna do it until it sticks. It's 20 make it stick,
That's
you
right.
guys.
If
Snow basketball.
If you put skates on them and play it on a pond, now we're talking.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, if we want to do that with basketball, all of a sudden
You know,
I'm way more okay with it.
There's that German
Basketball.
show where they play football on like ice.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to go to the Olympics.
Yes.
We could do that. Well, they made the show for the Super Bowl to mock the Super Bowl.
I want to combine some things that I really hate, Commish.
Okay.
Things that I hate. 1, figure skating. I have no time for it.
Sorry,
Okay,
sorry
Andy
you
Rooney.
hate fun.
Yeah,
Jordan,
why
Jordan
do you
hates
hate
figure skating. All right.
Number 2, Jordan hates the Minions.
Yes.
And some French guy is skating to Minions music.
Jordan,
And
you
he's
are
of
wearing
course the French are.
Minions colors as we speak.
thought
You
it was
wear
Spanish.
Minions colors.
Hey, don't slander Pitt like that.
Oh, he's Spanish? I thought he was French. In my mind, the joke
The
was,
Minions-
he must.
The
The
Minions,
Minions
are
are French.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking that it made a lot of sense that it was very French humor. But
Yes.
God, I hate
Can't even
every.
keep your hating straight.
Well, and so for a while he couldn't do his routine because they couldn't clear the. Let me get this straight. It was the Star Spin. No, well, it was like the Universal intro, but in Minion voice. Like whatever, like the little intro is to like the movie.
Like the Minions are like da 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 da.
and we also can't clear it, so we're not gonna.
So
I
they
do,
could,
Okay,
and it's
It's
fine.
fair use.
so they couldn't
We're not
clear
making
it.
money.
It wasn't going to happen. But then Tomas Laurent Guarno Sabate, he's going to ski to his Minions music.
God, that's a lot of names.
Oh, thank you,
You
Commish.
mean
I see
skate,
his.
not ski.
Okay, yes.
Skate, yes.
Yeah, he's gonna
Jordan
do a
loves
ski
figure
jump to
skating.
the Minions music. They're just really inspiring.
All right, well now it's time to play everyone's favorite game. If you were an ice dancer, what would your routine be to? What song?
The city trial music from Kirby Air Ride.
Ooh, I like that.
Hmm.
I see the vision immediately.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we figured this out I played a lot of the original Kirby Air Ride in college, and this was during the, I think, Sochi Olympics, and we had the realization while we were watching figure skating that the Kirby Air Ride music would be perfect for this.
I remember when they first allowed lyrics in ice dancing. For the longest time, you couldn't have songs with lyrics.
Yeah.
And the first season, most of the dancers still went with most of the skaters still went with like classical music, and there was this one Canadian guy who went with Thunderstruck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. What would your skating music be, Jordan?
Mine,
Jordan.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
Jordan.
man.
You're
love
so much
skating.
better than everybody else.
I know.
I'm-
This is so much
Look,
better.
it's anytime anybody asks me for whatever walk up music, skating music, whatever, my answer is always the same.
What is it?
It's
Is it Back
Toto's
That Ass Up?
Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's now I would be shocked if no one's done that before. To be honest,
Oh no, 100%.
that's really good.
It's Toto's Africa. It is. It
Probably
is.
some Russian team in very bad costumes.
I threw pictures of the dude and his routine in the chat.
Oh, I
It's-
see them.
It's exactly what you think it is, man. He is muy handsome though.
He's doing
And
it.
do you have a music choice for your ice dancing routine?
So when I used to play softball, we did walk up music, and I always picked
Yeah.
90s booty dancing songs. So probably something like "Mr. New Booty" by Bubba Sparks or something.
Yes,
really like that.
thank
you.
you.
Something
Thank
classy.
you.
I'm a classy
Somebody
dude. I need
has
classy
to do
music.
it.
Classy.
God.
Good,
I
because
hate
if
everything
I
about
was gonna
sport.
suggest to Commish to represent New Orleans, like, can
Okay.
you do like "Ass Everywhere" by Big Frida?
There you go.
I mean, I could definitely do that.
There's so much figure skating, and it's all NBC ever fucking shows because everyone in this country just wants to watch figure skating, and I fucking hate it.
Because
all-
it's good. I'm sorry you
Yeah.
hate fun.
Yeah, no, be nice about Johnny Weir, the pride of Quarryville.
I
You
would
watch
go with
Eurovision coverage. Like,
I-
what's
Yeah,
going
man.
on here?
and
I
then,
would-
even then, I find this tacky. That should tell you something.
I'm sorry you hate fun.
We grew up in the 90s in the era of Christy Yamaguchi and Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya
God
Harding.
damn,
Like,
man.
how-
Jordan, what would Brian Boitano do?
I like
if he were here right now,
I
I
know.
know.
he would kick your
I-
ass or two.
I would
That's
say
what Brian
kick ass or
Boitano
two.
would
I
do.
mean, that's what Brian Boitano would do.
it's just not my cup of tea, and it's fine if it's your thing.
That's
Listeners,
fine. Well,
if you enjoy
right,
it,
but like, why are you hating about it? Like,
This
I
is
don't
this
know.
is another time for I have to check and see if something is a lot more prevalent in Canada than it is in the U.S. Are you guys familiar with the 2002 Winter Olympics French judge controversy?
Oh yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
The single French judge.
Yeah.
That is so ubiquitous here that I just need to make sure that Americans remembered that.
okay.
Oh no, it was very much of an era that we remember it.
Okay.
Oh, there's 5 fucking medals for.
My
skating.
figure skating song would absolutely be something like math metally, like I Wrestled a Bear Once, or Spirit Box, or like The Fall of
choices.
Troy. So I can just start flailing out there, and it still works with the music.
Just
What's-
time signatures. Just go out
Yep.
there to Tool and just switch it up.
We're doing lateralis just to fuck with everybody.
No, we're doing parable into parabola. Like
Okay.
half of parable into like when it really kicks in parabola. Yep, exactly.
We have 3 countries that are expected to make their Winter Olympic debuts. That is the African countries of Benin and Guinea-Bissau, and the Middle East country of the UAE.
Is that how you pronounce that first country? I'm not fucking with you. I genuinely didn't know.
I think it's Benin.
It's Benin.
Did I
It's
say
Benin.
Benin? Benin.
Yep.
For once, I actually wasn't trying to make fun of you. I genuinely didn't know.
No,
Yeah, it's
that's-
Benin.
Other fun facts. These are, again, from our friend Roger. Great Britain has never won more than 5 medals or more than 1 gold at a single Winter Olympics. But I could change.
No,
We'll talk
I
about
found
that.
that. I found
did
that
you?
myself. That's not Roger. Yeah.
Like I said, expect men's curling to be one of them.
Well, I mean,
Huh.
right there, you're gonna get one from men's skeleton probably.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and then
still
Brad-
that's like 2.
And Brad Hall's got a chance to rip off possibly a medal in either 2-man or 4-man. The women's skeleton team's got a shot at it as well.
There you go.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of medals, including at least 1 gold, probably.
So we are projecting. Sickos Committee projects Great Britain's greatest Winter Olympics ever.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Other Olympic fun facts. For the first time in Olympic history, men and women will race the same distances in cross-country ski.
Huh. That's weird.
Yay!
That's never happened before.
Yeah, I don't know. That's bizarre.
Not in the
Cross
Olympics, I
country
guess.
skiing is fun to watch. Like you're just watching it, and then like they're just
It's
dying
like
up
watching
there.
it's like watching triathlon where
Yeah.
you're watching a bunch of people run for a while and then eventually someone wins.
Well, sometimes it gets really intense at the end. I feel like I remember watching cross country skiing during the most recent past Winter Olympics, and
The Vancouver
was
ones
really
were very
tense.
thrilling.
Yeah.
The Vancouver ones were really thrilling because it was kind of close. Like the
Yeah.
whole race was really close. But like sometimes in the cross country scene, there's like this one person just way the hell out there, and then you just see everybody like lagging behind, like just dying to try to catch up somehow. And it's just like, how are you going to catch up to this person? And there's no stopping them unless they just fade, it's weird. That's why I kind of like biathlon, because like if they miss a shot or something, you got a shot to catch them.
Literally.
And-
Well, I mean, I like
True.
the 50-kilometer race.
Oh, yeah,
just because of how long. Like
Brutal.
that's longer
Oh, it
than a
takes-
marathon.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It takes forever.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. That race is long enough. It's the equivalent. I looked this up before the show, by the way. I actually prepared here.
Hey.
It's the equivalent, roughly, of if you skied from Portland State's campus to their football stadium and back.
Everything always comes back to the Portland State Vikings here.
That's
Also,
the Sickos Committee
biathlon.
guarantee.
Yeah, biathlon as well. They're the individuals of 15-kilometer for the women, 20-kilometer for the men are always my favorite ones.
Mhm.
Just because there's a little more strategy, and I like stuff that goes on forever. I really do.
Yeah.
And
Like the sports that last forever. Like that's
It lets
I love.
you, it lets you lock in more.
Yeah, what is the longest like long track event where they got to do like 36 laps or something? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I love locking in on
10,000
something
meter,
like that.
Oh,
yeah, the 10,000
meter on a fucking
It's
track. God.
It's insane.
That's why they need the bell. When
Yeah,
they
it's
ring
like
the bell,
you just
like,
in the zone
because
and ring
you
the bell.
lose
Like,
track.
oh, okay. Oh God, they should hire Mississippi State people to ring the bell for them.
all bell,
Ring
all
the
time.
cowbell. All
Yeah, you
cowbell.
get an entire arena full of people with cowbells.
Clanger, yeah.
The other story that most people are talking about right now is American Lindsey Vonn, skier. She's going to ski on a torn ACL.
Yeah, brother,
She's done it, but she's tried it already.
I have torn my ACL and I had to go 6 months between tearing my ACL and having surgery. It's hard to like walk around and like walk upstairs and carry your children on a torn ACL. I cannot imagine skiing on one.
Look, man. This was kind of this. Like I said, it's the Italian one last job. Like she fought all the way back to get to this point, and then
To
like
get
the
here,
race,
and she's not going to give it
the
up.
race before the Olympics, she gets injured and tears her ACL, and she's like, I've come all this fucking way. It's not stop. I don't care. I don't think she has a capability to medal or anything like this on an ACL. If she does, it would be the story of the Olympics, I would think, or one of the stories, because there's other stories we have no idea that are going to happen. But yeah,
I can't appreciate this is an injury we can understand.
Yeah,
like
it's like
the torn ACL. That thing that keeps basketball and NFL players out for entire seasons. You're going to see in the Olympics on that.
Yeah, it literally takes a regular person a year to come back from.
A week later, it's just like, let me ski as fast as I
literally, like, what kind of knee brace are you using, Lindsey Vonn? Drop the knee brace.
Seriously, like, what kind of knee brace? Does my insurance cover this?
Horse painkillers?
Probably not. I can't imagine doing something like that. It's just, I don't know, man. I can't, like,
Olympians are a very specific type of guy, gender neutral.
Yeah, there is. I mean, like, world-class athletes are just there's some weird mindset that I don't have. I don't think many people have it.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. You have to have this weird, incredible mindset, just like a crazy person going down in the skeleton or in the luge or something like that. You have to have some sort of mindset, or somebody going down in the monobob that hates it, but they're still going to do it. I love her already. Like,
by the way, she's Austrian, so there you go.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Yes. All right, that's even more.
He felt that affinity.
Yeah,
I think we've cracked the code. That's how you become an elite athlete in a timed event, is hate it so you finish as quick as possible.
Literally just treat it like your fucking job, because it is.
I mean, maybe that'll help Lindsey Vonn. She's like, I hate that I have to ski down on this freaking torn ACL. I better get down as soon as possible. Then I saw a video of I think it was like 2006 or 2005. It was like Bodie Miller who like lost his ski, and then he just still finished the race on one ski. Like, you lose a ski, you're disqualified. He was like, fuck it, I'm still gonna finish the rest of the race.
You gotta get back down the mountain somehow.
I gotta get down the fucking mountain.
I will tell you guys a fun fact about this Olympic that seems wild to Europeans, but to Americans, it's like, this feels reasonable. So Milano and Cortina are not near each other.
Right.
Nope.
They're pretty far apart. And people are saying, like, this is the most spread out Olympics ever, because there's a 4-hour drive between the two cities.
Oh no.
Cry more.
Oh no, I gotta drive slightly less time than it takes to get between Pittsburgh and Philly, two cities in the same state. So far.
Yeah, this is an Olympics that is taking place in Detroit and Chicago.
No.
I mean, minus the soccer events in the Summer Olympics, because those are usually spread out because of stadium issues. We had the Tahiti thing last year, which was very spread out.
Well, yeah, the Tahiti was the surfing, and then the Olympics were in
Paris.
They were in Paris. And then the surfing was in Tahiti.
I think it was the 1956 Olympics that were in Melbourne. But the equestrian events were in Sweden, because Australia has a like horse quarantine law.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, because of the podcast we did during the Paris Olympics, in my head, Colin Jost always has Pitt Girl's voice. Because Pitt Girl did Colin Jost's monologue every time he was there, and I didn't watch that much of the surfing events, so in my head, whenever I see Colin Jost, I hear Pitt Girl's voice.
I don't even remember this bit.
No, it's just like Colin Jost. They sent Colin Jost to Tahiti.
Yeah, I remember that.
To report on it, and then like you would just basically act as Colin Jost.
I'm Colin Jost, live from Tahiti.
Exactly.
That's basically it. That was it.
If I'm to do and I can't, but if I were to do a Pitt Girl impression, my trigger phrase would be, "I'm in Tahiti and you're not," because that in your voice is stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's basically what Colin Jost would say.
It's activation phrase.
Yeah.
Now I will give France credit for this. I believe that Tahiti is considered to be part of metropolitan France. Like it's just as France as Paris. So technically, that was in the same country.
Does that count as like, hey, it's Paris's metro area?
I know that in Japan, how they do it for legislative reasons, that all the outlying islands are part of Tokyo.
Okay, perfect.
TD is part of Paris's area code.
No,
There you go.
I mean, they were absolute cowards for not going to Saint Pierre and Miquelon for the Olympics. It's
That
cold
would've
as
been-
hell there, but if you ever listen to someone from Saint Pierre and Miquelon, it's great because they're half French, half Newfie.
Oh, that's awful. That sounds awful.
I think that sounds great, actually.
That's
Yeah,
like the worst
I
accent I've
I'm
ever
very
heard.
interested. I'm seated for that.
Oh, that sounds fucking abysmal. Just the worst kind of French ever. Oh God.
They
Yeah,
should give
that's
them
why
the
it's great.
CFL team.
Mhm.
They'll still get a CFL team ahead of Halifax.
Yeah.
The
Ken,
Saint Pierre and Miquelon Schooners.
Ken, if people like your stuff, where can they find you at?
Slideoutonice.com is the website. Blue Sky at thekenchilds.com. Those are the two places I mostly am. Everything that's going to get posted is going to be in one of those two spots. I'll have race by race updates on the website with what happened, what the results were, and so on and so forth for every single race. If you missed anything at all during any of the World Cup seasons, I cover World Cup, North America, all the cups. They're all on the website in my results section as well. So if you want to look back and see what happened in something, I got it for you. But yeah, slideoutonice.com and at thekenchilds.com.
Awesome. Ken, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been a blast.
thank you so
We have
much,
to
Ken.
talk Olympics. Everyone enjoy your opening ceremonies. We will be back on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh
It'll be
yeah,
Tuesday
we're
by the
gonna
time you
record
listen to
Super
it.
Bowl Sunday by the time you listen to it.
Sunday on Tuesday.
Cheer for the Seahawks.
Pretend I'm waving a Canadian flag like Tony Kornheiser.